mindful of the square footage that you're covering, making sure that you don't mix a batch of thin set too large that you can't actually utilize that much thin set at once, because you'll waste a lot of product. The other thing to keep in mind is making sure your products are in a work area that you're not going to be bumping up into every time, oh, I've made more progress, but I'm right in front of all of my tile that I've set in my way. So making sure you prep your work area is really important. Making sure you've got an area designated for all your products, making sure that you're mixing your thin set and your grout in a very well ventilated area such as outside is preferable. Making sure you've got all your safety equipment like your goggles. Making sure that if you're using something like an electric saw, making sure your blade is sharpened so that you're not dealing with a dull blade. That also can cause a lot of cracks and chips in your tile. And always making sure that your equipment is working functionally first is a very important safety feature. With a wet saw, you always want to make sure that you've got enough water in that bin, because if you don't have enough water for the blade to run through, you're going to be dry cutting. And it's not good for the blade. It's designed to have water run past it. And it's also, it can create a lot of chips and cracks, and it's a lot harder to cut through. That water actually enables a much smoother cut. So making sure you know how your tools work is really important. Do a couple practice pieces. When you're laying your tile, you don't have to stick with a very perfunctory fashion of side by side by side by side. You can do diagonal cuts. You can do all kinds of layouts. Like I've done here, I use different variety of sizes, shapes, positioning. It really is very personal preference as far as what you want your tile floor to look like. And laying that out beforehand is kind of critical, unless you're doing a very basic side by side by side, because then you know what you're doing. That is probably the most fun part for me, is figuring out what I want the floor to look like. And then looking at how many cuts you might have to make around the corners. Say you're dealing with an area that has a lot of door frames that you've got to go around. Cutting those can be a little tricky. You want to make sure that you're comfortable eyeballing and trying to match up what the tile is supposed to fit around. Door jambs can be pretty tricky. Practice cutting some intricate designs out of your tile, as far as, you know, do I need a cut to come, say I've got a door corner, and say I've got an angle that this tile is going to sit at. Say I've got to cut that out. Be comfortable with your saw. Practice cutting on an old tile before you do it with the piece that you actually want to use. And that's pretty easy. I mean, tiling is really easy. It has a lot of components that you use, but it's probably one of the easiest home improvement projects